Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup, Shiplake College in the Bucks Station and Marlow Rowing Club B in the Bucks Station, which is the right-hand side of your screen.
Yeah, the Shiplake girls, 4 of them won silver in the Cox 4 at national schools, so they're pretty adaptable. They rowed rowing during this, and for Henley, they've got into the quad. But Marlow Rowing Club here, 3rd of the schools they got silver in the Cox and the quad, so they came silver, but in this boat type at national schools, and half a length up.
Yeah, coached by Peter Chambers. Marlow Rowing Club, one of the really strong junior programs, particularly in sculling.
Yeah, they've been thereabouts for the last few years quite a lot, and it's been really good to see the momentum and the consistency that's coming out of that club now. The senior club is now starting to win stuff as well, but the juniors have been doing it for a bit longer. And moving out here with their rhythm to clear water out from Shiplake. And you can see in that Marlow crew, just as the handles are overlapping and they're coming towards their body, you can see how much acceleration they're generating with their body, really pulling the boat and the handles, and that's what's moving them away from Shiplake. Yeah, it's pretty physical, isn't it? That's great to see.
And of course, this discipline, unlike the one we just saw, the boats we just saw before, this is a sculling discipline. So sculling 2 oars with each rower as opposed to sweep rowing or rowing with 1 blade. And we were talking about the 4s and the Cox 4s versus the quad. Quad is a much faster, lighter boat, isn't it, compared to the 4s?
Yeah, it's a very different feel. The Cox 4 is just heavy because you're carrying the extra 45, 50 kilos of the Cox, whereas in the quad you don't have that. And also, the blades are smaller and narrower and everything, but you actually have a 1/3 more blade surface area when you're sculling. So there is more water to get hold of. So, and it's moving quicker, so you've got to be more clever with how you do it. And the quad particularly, I think, takes a bit of time to get used to. It's hard to jump from a Cox 4 into a quad. It's a big difference.
Absolutely, and in Australia, when we scull generally in quads at a school level, we generally have a Cox quad as opposed to a Coxless, so that's a big change for many of our school crews, and we have a couple of Australian crews racing this event, which will be starting later in the week, so getting used to the speed of a Coxless
So it's
quad.
Cox quads even at all the juniors categories?
Yeah.
Okay, in the UK we only have that for the younger categories, and then the older categories it's Coxless.
Must be the terrible steering of our school kids.
So here Marlow making this quite comfortable, to be honest, moving very nice, but you can still see how physical they are with that upper body, just really pulling the boat and the handles and everything, generating the boat speed. You don't get that for free. I mean, they're going fast because they're working pretty hard, even with this margin. And it'll be interesting to see if they transition down now to something, if they're experienced enough to do that.
Yeah, they've still got the stroke rate up, still definitely racing out this race. But really punchy, see how the elbows come through, their bodies are nice and still at the back, there's no additional movement or slump. Rowing really nicely.
And you see from this angle, where their backs are moving, it's much more patient than it looks like from the side. It's really connected. And you see their force is there even before the back moves, and then it just starts to accelerate, and the boat really comes through. Brilliant, brilliant bit of sculling there. And Shiplake there, still staying on it. They're near the booms. Close, hardly any experience. Only Florence Dallas in the stroke seat has been here before, whereas the Marlow crew, there's 5 years, 5 representations in that crew. Only Libby Frampton in the stroke seat is the first timer. And here, even Shiplake sculling nicely.
Coming down towards the finish line. Strong start here for Marlow Rowing Club. It's only going to get tougher as the week goes on. And crossing the line, Libby Frampton, Francesca Wilson, Lowry Coldell and Georgie Wells. And the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup, Marlow Rowing Club defeating Shiplake College. And thank you very much to Adrian Cassidy for joining me for the last few races.